World War II, the deadliest conflict in human history, lasted from 1939 to 1945 and plunged the world into an unprecedented vortex of destruction and violence. It was a clash of ideologies, a struggle for power, and a testament to the devastating consequences of unchecked aggression. This catastrophic event left an indelible mark on the 20th century, shaping the geopolitical landscape and profoundly impacting the lives of millions worldwide. From the beaches of Normandy to the deserts of North Africa, from the ruins of Stalingrad to the jungles of the Pacific, the war's reach was vast and deep. Entire cities were reduced to rubble, economies shattered, and countless lives lost or forever altered. Yet amidst the darkness, glimmers of hope emerged as ordinary individuals displayed extraordinary courage and resilience in the face of unimaginable hardship. This study delves into the complex web of causes that led to World War II, examining the political, economic, and social factors that set the stage for this global conflagration. It explores the key events and turning points that shaped the course of the war, highlighting the alliances forged and the battles fought. Finally, it analyzes the profound consequences of this devastating conflict, from the immense human cost to the post-war geopolitical restructuring and its lasting legacy on the world we inhabit today. The seeds of World War II were sown in the ashes of its predecessor, the Great War, which ended in 1918. The Treaty of Versailles, signed with the intention of securing lasting peace, instead planted the seeds of resentment and instability. Saddled with heavy reparations and territorial losses, Germany emerged from the war humiliated and economically crippled. This sense of grievance and injustice festered within German society, creating fertile ground for extremist ideologies to take root. The harsh terms imposed on Germany, coupled with the League of Nations' failure to address the underlying causes of the war, created a volatile international environment. The global economic crisis of the 1930s further exacerbated tensions, leading to widespread unemployment, social unrest, and political instability. In this climate of uncertainty and fear, totalitarian regimes rose to power in Germany, Italy, and Japan, promising order and strength, but ultimately setting the world on a path to destruction. The interwar period witnessed the rise of totalitarian regimes characterized by extreme nationalism, militarism, and the suppression of dissent. In Germany, Adolf Hitler's Nazi Party exploited widespread economic hardship and political instability to seize power in 1933. Based on racial purity and German superiority, Hitler's ideology promised to restore Germany to its former glory and avenge the humiliations of the Treaty of Versailles. Similarly, in Italy, Benito Mussolini's fascist regime glorified violence, suppressed individual liberties, and pursued an aggressive expansionist foreign policy. In Japan, militarist leaders driven by a desire for imperial expansion and fueled by nationalist sentiment tightened their grip on power. United by their disdain for democracy and shared ambitions of territorial conquest, these totalitarian regimes posed a growing threat to international peace and stability. Chapter 4: Economic Despair and Global Tensions. The global economic crisis of the 1930s further fueled the rise of totalitarian regimes and heightened international tensions. The stock market crash of 1929 triggered a worldwide economic downturn, leading to mass unemployment, bank failures, and social unrest. Protectionist policies and competitive devaluations exacerbated the crisis as nations turned inward, seeking to protect their own interests at the expense of others. This climate of economic despair and uncertainty created a fertile ground for the growth of extremist ideologies. Political instability and social unrest became widespread as people grew disillusioned with democratic governments that seemed incapable of alleviating their suffering. Weakened by its own internal divisions and lacking the will to enforce its authority, the League of Nations proved powerless to prevent the world's slide towards another catastrophic war. Chapter 5: The Spark Ignites, the Outbreak of War. On September 1st, 1939, the world watched in horror as German forces under Hitler's command invaded Poland, shattering the fragile peace that had prevailed for 2 decades. This act of aggression, a blatant violation of international law, triggered a chain reaction that plunged the world into another global conflict. Bound by treaty obligations to defend Poland's independence, Great Britain and France declared war on Germany 2 days later. The invasion of Poland marked the beginning of World War II, a conflict that would ultimately claim the lives of tens of millions of people and reshape the geopolitical landscape of the world. It was a war fought on multiple fronts, from the frozen battlefields of Eastern Europe to the scorching jungles of Southeast Asia, and involving the participation of nearly every major world power. Chapter 6. Clash of Titans, Key Battles and Alliances. World War II was characterized by its global scale and the formation of powerful alliances that reshaped the geopolitical landscape. The Axis powers, led by Germany, Italy and Japan, sought to establish a new world order based on their totalitarian ideologies and imperial ambitions. The Allied powers, initially comprising Great Britain, France and the countries of the British Commonwealth, were later joined by the Soviet Union and the United States, forming a formidable coalition united against Axis aggression. The war witnessed some of the most significant battles in human history, each marking a turning point in the conflict. The Battle of Britain, fought in the skies over England in 1940, saw the Royal Air Force successfully repel the Luftwaffe, preventing a German invasion of Britain. The Battle of Stalingrad, a brutal and costly siege that lasted for months from 1942 to 1943, marked a turning point on the Eastern Front, halting the German advance and ultimately leading to their retreat.